Good morning and welcome back to Mojospresso, a caffeine-inspired shot of inspiration and perspective to help you on your Friday with the goal to win the morning and win the day. A big thank you to all of us who joined us for our first Finding Mojo Masterclass last Tuesday night. We had 1,000 subscriptions around the world, including the US, UK, Germany, France, China, Singapore, Malaysia, Dubai, and New Zealand. Special shout out to Steph Barr from Texas, who got up at 4:30 in the morning to participate in the class, and John Heron, who got up at 5:30 in the morning from New York City, and also Gary Spurter-Wall, who actually participated sitting on the beach in Biarritz, France. Very, very cool. We have also over 550 waitlisted for the event, so we'll try and put on another masterclass if we can in the next month or so, so stay tuned for that. And again, just so you know, we're using any funds to actually build out a digital confidence course around these themes to provide kind of year-round mentoring. So we hope to release that by the end of the year. We've also been listening to you guys in terms of the merchandise, and we've pushed the button on our own merchandise retail shop. We went live last Tuesday night for pre-orders, and we've already had 130 orders of the sweat shirts and the t-shirts, especially the pink and the green Embrace Your Weird tees. So if you're interested, head to mojocrow.com/shop, and we'll also put the link in our bio after this as well for any pre-orders. Okay, so to this week's topic, which is what dogs can teach us humans. And I think it was Tony Robbins who talks about the 6 human needs, and the 4th one is all around connection. And Tony said the greatest way to get connection if you're not around humans is to get a dog, of all the species on the planet that can create that connection. And with the amount of loneliness in the world today, or people living alone, it's got to be one of the best pieces of advice there is for companionship and company and just that unconditional interaction with another living being. Ricky Gervais, in his hit series Afterlife, demonstrated how important a dog could be in saving someone's life. But this is actually true, and it's actually happening. Dogs are being used on record levels in elderly homes, in kindergartens, in hospitals. Yeah. So what can they teach us? Well, there's a few things. Let's start really simple. Sleep. Yeah. Dogs get plenty of it. And did you know one of the biggest causes on the planet for humans is sleep deprivation? Yeah. Ever seen a stressed dog that doesn't get enough sleep? Never. They wouldn't dream of it. And if you get a chance, do what dogs do and sleep in the sun. You also get a hit of vitamin D as well. The other thing they do is drink plenty of water. And if you can believe this, most of the Western world is actually dehydrated. Yeah, unnecessarily so. Dogs also give humans a sense of purpose as they care for their animal companions. So if you ever want to teach a kid about caring for something or someone beyond themselves, get a dog and actually see what happens in terms of how it changes their perspective in so many ways. My sister-in-law, Libby Crowe, actually teaches prep kids in country Victoria, and her dog, Wilson, her golden retriever, is a therapy dog providing comfort and support to not only the kids, but the teachers. And it's these therapy dogs have actually been proven to lower anxiety levels, increase empathy, and can actually lower the incidence of bullying. Yeah, dogs also love to play in that very childlike way, and playfulness has also been scientifically proven to be not only good for health, but good for innovation. Just look at the offices of Google or Apple or Amazon or Facebook. Yeah, and our definition of an athlete at Mojo is anyone who loves to compete, have fun, and play. And it's still the greatest 6 words that any parent can ever say to their children, or any coach will ever say to the athlete. I love to watch you play. And finally, dogs don't compare themselves to each other, and they just embrace their weird. Whereas humans, we spend far too much time comparing ourselves to others and driven by that FOPO, yeah, fear of other people's opinions and caring what they think about us or what they're saying about us. Harry McClary from Donaldson's Dairy never compared himself against Bitzer Maloney or Skinny and Bony. And Hercules Morse, as big as a horse, he never compared himself against Bottomley Potts or Covered in Spots. So we've got to just accept our differences and celebrate our imperfections. Now, I could go on about how powerful dogs are for connecting with humans, but there's someone who is actually far better than me, knows more about this topic than I will ever So let's see if I can get her on the call. If there was ever going to be a patron saint for dogs and coffee, it would be this person. Hello, Ash Barty.
Good morning, Crowie. How are you?
I'm very well. How are you and where are you?
I'm good. I'm very good. I'm, spending my morning at home, having a coffee, of course, and I've got my wolf pack running around. I've got one next to me right here, Affy. Little Origi's over there chasing some flies, and then, as you said before, talking about catching the sun, Chino's just up in the corner over that side, just getting a few rays. He's working hard, the big fella.
Now, tell the truth. How many dogs do you have?
I have 5 dogs. I have 3 that live with me, but I also had 2 puppies when I lived with mum and dad, and I could never separate the puppies from each other. I could never take one away from each other when I moved out, and of course I couldn't take them away from mum and dad anyway. They built that connection and that love, so it was an excuse for me, a brilliant excuse for me to get a few more added to the wolf pack, I suppose.
Now, I don't know anyone more in love with dogs and coffee than you. This show's called Mojospresso. When did you first fall in love with coffee, and how important is it to you, either on the road or back home?
Yeah, I think for me it was an introduction through my sisters, my family. I wanted an excuse to go and spend time with my family, and being the youngest of my siblings, my sisters were going out for coffee with friends and catching up. So, I wanted to be a part of it. So I said, I'll start trying to drink this coffee. And probably when I was about 16, I started drinking coffee. And for me, it's become a ritual on the road, finding a nice little cafe, to feeling like I have a local, or a home away from home where I can just go and sit and spend half an hour sipping on a coffee and flicking through my phone or the newspaper or whatever, and catching up with what's been happening.
Unreal. What's your go-to? What's your favourite coffee?
Depends on the time of the day a little bit and where I am. I'll tend to find if I'm not quite certain of a place, I'll stick to an Americano or a long black. And often before training and when I'm kind of training, I'll stick to long blacks. But once or sometimes twice a day, I'll have kind of a smaller, kind of strong flat white or skinny cap or something like that. But I struggle with the milk too much. I'm just more of the coffee obsession. I just need that coffee hit.
How many would you have a day?
I probably sit on 3 or 4. Probably 3. Yeah, double shots. I need the rocket fuel at times.
And you sleep okay?
I do. I sleep great. And I mean, I have to have one about 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Otherwise, I feel like I just hit this massive dip. And yeah, particularly if I've come home from a long day training, to be able to have a bit of a pick me up before we either take the dogs for a walk or get sorted for dinner and everything. It's nice to just have that time where often I can come and sit outside here on the deck with the puppies and watch them run wild and get into trouble.
Overseas, do you have any favourite go-to cafes in London or New York or Paris?
I do. I have a couple. One of my favourites in the whole world is actually in Eastbourne in the UK. It's called Nelson Coffee Co. My first time traveling again after I'd stopped playing. So in my 2.0 phase of my career, I suppose, I woke up early in the morning, 5:30 in the morning, rolling around Eastbourne trying to find something that's open, and stumbled across this coffee shop, and it was just brilliant. And for me, it's always a highlight of every trip when I know that I'm going back to Eastbourne and I can go to that coffee shop. Absolutely.
Now, this love's also taking you, I think, to a barista course. Is that true?
It is. I haven't quite finished it. There are kind of 2 phases that you need to do. I've done the basic course, so I know how to work the machine, and we've got a pretty good machine here at home. I couldn't live without it, but I need to work on the latte art a little bit before I can call myself officially qualified, I think.
So after tennis, I'm guessing the next stop is a coffee shop. If you were to do it, where would it be? What would you call it? And what would be the general vibe of this particular cafe?
Oh, we've spoken about this a lot with my sisters. We're all coffee fanatics. We love baking, we love kids, we love dogs. We kind of have all of these different elements we want to tie together. And my elder sister is a nurse and a midwife. you know, we've kind of brought in all of these ideas. We want to make it a family-friendly, dog-friendly little cafe, little place where you can bring the dogs or drop the kids off. My middle sister, Ali, she's a teacher as well. So I said, oh, we can chuck in some early childhood teaching and all of these different things. And, you know, it's an elaborate plan. If it ever comes to fruition, we'll see. But no, it would be incredible to have a cafe with Sarah and Ali and Mum as well. But it'd be amazing.
Now, talking about coffee and dogs, you've got 2 dogs named after coffees. Can you say their names for us, and where did that come from?
I have Affy, short for Affogato, and Chino, short for Cappuccino. Chino's the one with a bit more sass. He's got a bit of a temper on him, and he's definitely the boss. He's the smallest of the lot, and he's the boss. And Affy is the most calm. He's a little bit anxious, the poor little boy, but he's a gorgeous little soul, and he just wants to be cuddled all day long.
Love it. Now, you put your money where your mouth is. You not only love dogs, you've also got involved in the RSPCA. Is that true?
Yes, it is. It's it's been a massive, I suppose, soft spot for me. Looking after and being able to be a part of that animal welfare. Yesterday was an incredible day. There were over $1 million of donations toward the RSPCA, which was an incredible day for World Animal Day. It was amazing to be a part of, but for me, just to be able to give back, for me, it's something greater than myself. It's so natural. It feels like you're so connected to the animals. Anytime that I get to go down to the RSPCA, to my local RSPCA, to be able to see all of the volunteers and how much effort and time is put into all of these animals that need care is just remarkable. And for me, it was always something that hit home and something I'm really close to and extremely passionate about.
Yeah. So from your perspective, what do you think dogs can teach humans the most?
Oh, I tell you what, these 3 that kind of we have here, when all 5 are together, my 5 puppies, it's incredible. But the way that these 3 puppies have taught me to learn and to kind of love, it's amazing. We brought a Reggie in. She's a big border collie. And the boys kind of had to learn to accept her. And that was an incredible transition. That kind of 2 or 3 weeks was a really bizarre transition. I was stressing so much. I just wanted to make sure that she fit in and that she felt comfortable. And obviously they had to go through, I suppose, their pecking order in a way. I'm not sure how they worked it out, but they've worked it out now and they're inseparable. And, you know, Affy and Chino, it's incredible that no matter what kind of day you've had, as soon as you get home, they just want to give you a kiss. They just want to cuddle you. They're so excited that you're back. They're so excited to see you. And part of me wishes that, there you go, barking at some birds. He doesn't like the birds on his fence. Part of me wishes that I probably had a bit more of a competition kind of structure in Brisbane. Because not often do I get to play competition and then come home. And regardless of the result, I don't know, I find that really comforting that it actually doesn't matter what I've done, what my day's been like, is they're there for me. They just want to have a good time. They want to go for a walk. I don't know. I just find it really normal and natural. It's bizarre. And even then to see how they adjust their behaviours with little kids, with my nieces and nephews, how gentle they are. And then when it's time to play, it's time to fight, it's game on. It's really interesting watching, and I can find myself just sitting out here watching them for hours on end, just laughing. And they bring me an unbelievable amount of laughter. And, you know, it's a good day when you're laughing. It's a bloody good day when you're laughing.
Yeah, beautiful. That's why we've done this episode, actually, for everything you just said, especially around laughter, around childlike, around connection. But probably the biggest one was the first thing you said, was just around unconditional love. It's the one thing that dogs can teach humans. It's absolutely in that place. Before I let you go, your Tigers are playing tonight in the finals, and you get to go.
It's my first finals game. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I was messaging Koch the other night, and I said, forget the football. This is all about me, Koch. I get to come to my first finals. But no, it's incredible. I'm so excited. Obviously, we're very fortunate up here in Queensland to be able to have a crowd as well. It's going to add to the game. But yeah, I have to make sure that the puppies have had an early dinner, had their chicken tonight, and they're sitting on the couch. There's a Rigi just mucking around the back there. have had their dinner and they're set on the couch as well, watching while I'm at the game.
Well, enjoy tonight. I got one last question for you because I know you love Disney characters, and I was arguing with my kids the other night. Help me answer this one. So Donald's a duck, Mickey's a mouse, and Pluto's a dog. What's Goofy?
Oh wow, that stumped me.
It stumped me. It stumped me as well. I thought Goofy was a dog.
I thought I would say he's a dog.
Yeah, but Pluto's on 4 legs and Goofy's on 2. I'm trying to think, is Disney trying to screw with us or?
Yeah, maybe he's an advanced dog.
Right, that can be our Disney research for the day.
I love that.
Hey, thanks so much for joining us. All the very best. Good luck for tonight with the Tigers, and we'll see you soon. Someone wants to say hello to you before we hang up.
Is it Molly? Molly!
Gary? Yeah.
Oh, she's gorgeous.
She wanted to be a part of it, at least one episode.
Oh, she's a good girl. I hope she's doing well, Crowie.
Yeah, getting there.
All right, we'll catch you later.
All right, enjoy. See you.
Thanks for joining us.
Cheers.
See ya. And see everyone. Thanks for joining this episode of Mojospresso. And maybe if you've got a video of a dog, definitely shoot it through or post it and tag us in terms of what your dog means to you. This episode was all around unconditional love and what dogs can teach us most about that particular theme, which for us, we believe is the number one goal on the planet right now. For humans. So yes, thanks again for your feedback. Go to the shop if you want to buy some merchandise. And until next time, we'll love you and leave you and see you on the other side in the soup. All the best.